Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We have got your drunk classic, The Warriors, and of course, your butter on top Dracula 2026, I guess? I don't know. Here we go.
Dracula.
Grandmother's 1900s best friend's favorite movie podcast. That's right. This is Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk. Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. So we had a drunk classic that has been done and done and done and pardon me, not a drunk classic, a butter on top, and we had one fairly similar to this. What, last year in Nosferatu or the year before last?
Last year? No, last year.
Year in Nosferatu. So my whole rule of thumb is if you're gonna go for the king, you best not miss. Nosferatu was up for multiple Academy Awards. Multiple.
It was sucked.
All right.
It was stupid.
This I don't know if it was the visual effects, the costume, hair and makeup design, the score. Like, he did a lot of good things. I don't know if it sucked, but this movie did suck. This movie sucked.
I thought it was better than I enjoyed it better than Nosferatu. Tell you that.
This is one of the worst movies I have ever seen. This is a crime against cinema. This movie is up for so many Razzies. There were so many things that were placed out of order, so many unnecessary actions that were applied to the character of Dracula, so many necessary actions that were not applied to the character Dracula. Like when I know that someone is a badass prince and I want to see a badass prince go do badass things, I don't need him to do wimpy ass things. Also, Dracula has a slew of special powers, so when I'm fighting an entire army, I might, whip out one of them. That never happened, all right? The best part of this movie was the scratch, all right? And when I mean scratch, I mean Scrat from Ice Age. They had little Scrat characters from Ice Age running all over the palace, and that was the best part of the... No, they weren't gargoyles, Jordan. They were pargoyles, because they were doing parkour in those fight scenes as they were jumping all over the place like wrestlers in like the WCW, little Rey Mysterio Jr. stuff.
Why did they turn into little bald children? That's what I was curious. Is that one of Dracula's powers?
Yeah. Bald children.
Bald children.
Right. Bald children.
You can turn all bald children, all alopecia children into gargoyles, I guess, is what he can do. But the perfume scene was outlandish and stupid and silly. The depiction of French debauchery was outlandish and stupid. Their first meeting made absolutely zero sense, as they're there for an opera and then they magically find some weird carnival in France, which I don't even know if that exists in reality. They just put a random carnival in France. No. I'm talking about like an American style bearded lady, like mermaid style.
They said
carnival.
that when she got the tickets, she was like, "Oh, the World's Fair is here, and I have tickets."
The World's Fair, okay.
Fair is here, and I have tickets.
Eiffel Tower.
They were supposed to go to the opera. They had
both?
front row tickets.
You can't go to both?
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
Did they?
You can't go to McDonald's and Taco Bell in the same night? What?
Also, this Dracula's face was distracting the entire movie, and I'm sorry.
The actor's face in general.
Yeah.
It was
a weird face.
It was a distracting thing going on. This movie was barely a popcorn. It didn't even register on the Dracula scale. If we were to line up all the Draculas, including Vampire in Brooklyn, this one would rank dead. Oh, it's not even on there. This should have been something that I never had to watch. But because I love you guys, I did have to watch this. It was overacted. Let's just start with the opening scene, Jordan. Have you ever done any of those things with your mate, with your spouse, with your wife ever? Have you ever done any of them? Slid into her nightgown with like all that weird stuff? I'm not talking about sexy, like I'm talking about weird.
Don't kink shame.
Like, let me use you as a puppet, right? Like it made no sense.
He does not use her as a puppet. Just kind of look like that. It's weird. Let's
go ahead and give this movie.
I'm uncomfortable.
Less than popcorn. Go
ahead.
So
wait. You're talking about comparing it to vampires and all these vampires. Give me a vampire that's great. A vampire movie that's great.
Sinners?
Well,
Yeah, Sinners is
duh.
yeah.
Okay.
The Lost Boys was of a time.
Lost Boys,
Okay. Just so the audience has a nice little ground line
Dusk
for you.
Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn for sure.
Dusk
That's
Till
what's up.
Dawn
All right.
is I don't know if it's a great movie, but it's good. Yeah.
It's there. Yep. All right. Jordan?
Dracula, ultimate horn dog head assery going on is how I described it. Like, dudes and his wife are just straight up horn dogs. Like, they're just insane levels of horniness going on there.
Yeah.
And I also commented that I need myself some of those hustling ass gargoyles because he's pouting in his castle and they're just bringing him over the course of years, decades, centuries, just bringing him treasure. They're just like flying all over the room, just bringing him money and treasure and precious artifacts and stuff.
Cool.
And then they know how to whoop ass when people invade the castle. I'm like, dude, I had me looking at my dog, like, bro, what do you do all day? Go get me something.
Like Rey Mysterio style, though.
Yeah. The big war scene, very choppy, but like
very,
very choppy. But I didn't think that like some of the individual fights, like when he's fighting, like for example, when the guy's wife returns and they're fighting her, Christoph Waltz, and Christoph Waltz, and I thought like it was good. It was entertaining. It was fine. All of this movie plays out, right? He's on a mission, and I hate when they do this in movies. He's on a mission to get his wife or whatever he's trying to do, okay? And then he gets her, and then he reverses course. He grows a conscience or something. I don't know. But it was just like, what? So this whole plot was just irrelevant? Completely just a waste of time?
Unnecessary?
You know? Yeah. And so you get to watch him sitting there dying, looking like a moldy strawberry. Christoph Waltz is himself in this movie, as he is in every movie, right?
Yeah.
Here's not Nazi Christoph Waltz, and here is Priest Christoph Waltz, and here is every single movie he's the same guy. He's himself. The two main actors, I think, especially Elisabetta, right? Her that actress, she went for it. She went for it. A lot of emotion, and she played the realizations and the confusion. I thought she played her part well. I thought she did a good job.
She gave in so easily. There was no fight.
All right, yeah, I guess. Yes, I was like trying to think of a joke there, but no. This wasn't good. Like. So, but I don't know if it's the worst movie I've ever seen. I don't know if there's the worst vampire movie I've ever seen. I feel like there's been some really bad vampire movies, and I
Dracula
sat and watched this. I sat through it, and I was just like, okay, like I get it. I didn't want to. Maybe it's because I had really low expectations going to like I did not want to watch this. I watched this through just opportunity. I was like, oh God, I guess I have the time right now. Popcorn.
Perfume scene didn't drive you crazy?
It was stupid. Look, the whole movie was stupid, and so I was just kind of like fine with it. Like I just had the lowest of low expectations, so I just was like, okay. But I didn't. At no point was like, I want to walk out of this movie. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. That's all.
I think
it's a low bar.
I think it's hard now that you like really get to thinking about it. It feels like it's maybe really difficult to. No, it's easy to mess up a vampire flick, especially Dracula in particular. It's real, like just one little thing, and you're like, what? And it just, I don't know. Maybe it's over criticized, or maybe it's overdone. I don't know.
I was like, literally, last 10 minutes of the movie, I was like, this is stupid, but I like this a whole lot better than Nosferatu. Like, I would watch this 3 more times as opposed to having to watch Nosferatu 1 more time. So
fair enough.
This gets me thinking about that's in March. Jeez, I just looked up when all this monster talk got me thinking about that new movie coming out, The Bride. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Yeah, it looks good.
Directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Well, they're also shoving it down our throats with marketing. Like I cannot scroll anywhere without seeing that trailer.
Yeah,
but
it better be good.
I do want to say the best and also most annoying part of Dracula before we move on. Matilda DeAngelis playing Maria. Best and also most annoying part of the movie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For sure.
Best and most annoying.
yeah, she had this manic energy, man.
I'm for it. I'm all about it.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, you were not only for that, you were for the Warriors for your selection of Butter on Drunk Classic Jesus Frye. Get your stuff together. So, why did you throw the Warriors at us? You said this has been sitting in your list for quite some time.
Well, it is one of my dad's favorite movies. So, yeah, you know, I wanted to, I'm sure he'll watch this episode. Wanted to get us one more view this week.
Okay.
It is master cinematography, okay? What year did this come out? Warriors
1978 or 9.
1979. And this is excellent, amazing cinematography, right? All of the what, you don't think so?
Well, go on. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, just like, I mean, it's very, looking back now, it's very it's all like what, cliche or something of its time, like the 80s, everything like that, but it's just like, it just felt like it did it better than anything else of its time.
You know,
looking at the scene and the costuming and the
Crocodile Dundee was pretty of a time.
Well, not talking about costumes and all that stuff. Cinematography specifically, I was interested to hear you say that. But now that you mention it, it did have some really beautiful shots.
Like the lady with the radio, like that was, it seems corny to us, like it's something that something that's been used in movies a lot, like a parody. But it's just like they started, and there's a lot of things in this that have been used. The Wonder Wheel and like just everything like that, like that's been used and parodied, and there's so much from this movie that's been taken and used into other movies.
Yeah. I mentioned that last week for sure.
Yeah. Can you dig it? That was like, everyone's like, yeah.
I always remember.
Yeah. He's everybody's all like charged up about that speech. Like, this speech is really stupid. He's really not giving any like real direction for how they're gonna do any of this.
He's just saying, like, just like what the pimp said in that one film. We need to collectivize.
They're like, hey, hit him with one more sucker. They love that shit. Sucker.
Oh my God. Like, it's problematic too, though, guys. Like, the movie is problematic for today's times.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. They never, and this was one thing that always bothered me with this movie. Their leader, who's like this badass, he whoops some guy's ass real quick in the movie when the shit goes down, right? What is his name? Cleon or no, the leader that was there with them, with the thing on his head, the bandana, right? And he like goes whoa, 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 and he whoops a couple guys' ass, and then the other gang, they get to him and they're just dropping 12-6 elbows on him. They're like, they're surrounded. That's always my favorite. They're surrounding him and they're all just dropping elbows on him. It's great.
Awkward.
Yeah. But then he's gone. Like, I was like, I'd like the Fury's fight is good. Yeah. And the bathroom one with the roller skate guys, right? There's good individual fight scenes and all that. But there's a lot of stuff that rubs you the wrong way.
I can't think of a way to be in a fight worse than being on roller skates.
Right?
In a bathroom.
That guy was... I leaned over to Liz. I was like, the guy in the roller skates, I was like, I would beat the shit out of that guy in roller skates. Just telling you.
First target. Like, he is the first target.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I think just about everyone in that film I could drop. Like, they were back in the 70s, folks were malnourished, dog.
Yeah. You want to mess with the orphans? This is what you get.
I'm 110 pounds.
Everybody in this movie, everybody is ugly as hell. Everybody. This is the most
everybody is collective,
so ugly. Collective ugliest cast of people
You're being mean to
Ever.
Mercy. Mercy was an okay looking girl.
No,
Don't
she looks
shame
like
her for
she
her
looks like
Okay,
the
lifestyle.
she looks
she wasn't ugly, but she was
no,
specifically
she was
not
ugly.
gorgeous.
She was okay. Maggie from. This is what she looks like. She looks like
Don't
she looks like
don't.
the maggot from Corpse Bride.
Oh,
That's her. Look at it. Look at that.
It
wrong.
Tell
almost
me
looks like
that's not
Sydney
her.
Sweeney.
Oh,
She looks like the maggot from Corpse Bride. But yeah, my favorite was the bathroom fight. And the culmination of everything, right? The final encounter between the rogues and which that guy, man, he was the best part of the movie. Like as far as like the acting and his performance, like that guy was a
Yeah.
tweaker spaz. Like that's a guy in real life you'd be freaked out. Like you don't know what that guy's gonna do. He's wiry.
pretty sure that guy ate a guy one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 1979. So they're very real. He could have been on drugs while filming this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But then when at the end though, when they get him, you know, the gang, the what's his
Yeah.
the Can You Dig It guy, what's his name?
Cyrus's gang.
Cyrus's gang. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
called, but when they finally get a hold of him and he's like, no, whining like a little kid that's been like caught doing something stupid, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, really? That's it? That's how he goes out? There's just no big fight, no nothing. Just fucking
No, because then we're not
pocket
going to
knife
get the
throw.
shot of them holding hands and walking down the beach. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
we need to save
Soul
time
Warriors. I give it a popcorn 1.
for that.
Popcorn one.
That's a major
Popcorn one.
plot hole too. The New York's largest gang never finds them until the next day. Like
Yeah.
the largest gang in New York just never gets there till the very end. Like it's a major plot hole.
Yeah,
Josh, what did you
they
think?
never get him till the very end. However, their communication system is extremely efficient. Like
Yeah.
they find
Yeah.
out the info quick.
Hey,
Before I
that's-
found out.
hey,
They found out before I did.
that's how you get to become and stay the biggest gang in New York is by having the other smaller gangs do your bidding for you, and then you arrive on the scene to clean, finish it up. clean it up.
And just make sure you always got someone on a payphone ready to call me about what just happened.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is my first time watching the movie, but I was very excited to see the movie because, like as you said, it's an inspiration for a lot of creative material for the next 40, 50 years, right? It's still
And a badass video game.
I mean, it's not
Mhm.
it's not necessarily original in that this is what little kids all do. We all just make gangs and walk around the streets and just make these rivalries, and this is just the first time it's been put on TV, and like this is a childhood fantasy. This whole movie is a childhood fantasy. It makes
Yeah.
zero sense.
My childhood
But, like-
friends still don't know that they're still in the gang, man. It's
Yeah.
blood in, blood out. You did not
Yeah.
get jumped out of this gang, bro.
No. I will
Yeah.
call upon you when I will like the
Yeah.
Fires of Gondor. Yeah. It did have really good shots, like you said, but it did linger. Boy, did shots linger back then, dude. This isn't just specifically
Yeah.
the Warriors. This is just early 80s, late 70s, all that. They just like to just show you what they're showing you for a long period of time.
Let's Andy Warhol this shit and just zoom in on this
Man.
Campbell soup can.
I will
Yeah.
say this is definitely a little kid fantasy in that, like, we're gonna beat you guys up. No weapons, okay? Let's all wear the same outfit. 30 minutes before you see your first woman. 45 minutes before your first fight.
That's a short movie.
That's an issue.
Yeah, short movie.
But this movie is dying, begging for a remake. Dude, it's time. Just find the right guy. You gotta find the right director to really do this right the way Mad Max was done right.
And it's got to
know
be
what
a
I mean?
cast of nobodies.
It's got to be nobodies, and they better be ugly.
It better be ugly, yeah.
Better be at least half of them like ambiguously racial, make sure one has really bad razor bumps.
The other half very androgynous. Like you can't really
Yeah.
tell just so we fit 2026.
Yeah.
And throw Steve
we gotta do-
Buscemi in there.
Steve Buscemi in there. Yeah. And just we got to do something about hey, you guys going gay on me? Like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
What this dude's projecting hard. He can't wait to get to jail. Yeah, dude.
They're so
The
close.
only actor
They're
I
so quick to
recognize.
throw that out, and then they're so slow to realize they're in a lesbian gang's like den.
Right?
The Lizzies.
And they're all dressed gay.
Yeah.
Everyone in that movie is dressed like they're gay.
You ever see the Quentin Tarantino Top Gun is gay?
Yeah.
You could do that with the Warriors just based on what you just did, Josh.
But I just saw one of those YouTube clips, and it was talking about guys back then in the disco era and all these stuff, and people men just kind of dressed gay back then.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that carried razor blades, and they really would cut your throat.
Yeah.
So like he's like, this is the gangstest guys you ever seen in your life, and they're like wearing tube tops and shit.
Yeah, that's the Allman Brothers, baby. You don't want to mess with them.
You don't mess with them.
The
Anyway.
Allman Brothers.
I give the movie a popcorn and 1. I really did enjoy it. It had so many problems, but dude, talk about a time capsule movie for sure. There's nowhere in New York that looks like that anymore. I mean, New York still has its grungy parts, but like that's some old New York stuff.
Speaking of the Lizzies, like there's something that's always jarring in a movie, but I can't help but kind of crack a smile when the dude just decks the girl, the Lizzie's girl. Just it's like, oh my god, he just full grown man strength that lady. What's his face in 3 billboards?
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Sam Rockwell. I had to point out about the fight scenes. One last thing is, almost every fight scene there was one shot of someone just standing there, and then someone just coming at him from behind. Like, okay, yeah, you get a cheap shot on somebody, but why was he just standing there?
The way the cops pull up to Ajax in the park, the way they drive up and see he's handcuffed to a bench.
Yeah, they're going like 15 miles an hour, and they still whipped it hard.
The park. Just like, I was like, why? Why did you do this?
Yeah,
also,
he was black.
The lady cop let that go significantly further than I expected a cop. Like, you've already got him on like aggravated sexual battery. Like, he's done. Like, you could arrest him, right? Don't let him bite your lip and be all weird. Like, what has happened there?
Can you imagine how much these guys stink?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Like running all night, and they already were all baby oiled up, so that just traps the pores. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, I'm surprised Jordan, who was a fan of Welcome to Derry, did not throw out that James Remmer is in Welcome to Derry, and he's been in all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And it's like
Buffalo
he's
Bob,
the
right?
only actor. Yeah,
Buffalo Bob?
He's the general.
Yeah.
He's the general from Welcome to Derry. But so shocking that he's the only one of note from this movie. Like, he's the only person that you like, that guy's had a good career.
The guy who was handcuffed to the bench?
Yeah, Ajax.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a popcorn and 1. Still classic, still good, but like you if you're not from this time, like, it's almost when I had you guys watch The Last Dragon, right, with Bruce Leroy. Like, it's of a time, and you got to be willing to be transported into that time.
Yeah, but I think it takes you there. I really do. There's some movies where you have to give someone a preamble, but I think if this comes on, I think it'll grab you no matter what.
The gang will definitely grab you no matter what. They showed that in the movie in many different ways.
Yeah. Maybe we should run a train on you.
Oh, I had a note for that too. That reminds me of Saturday Night Fever. I don't know if you've ever seen Saturday Night Fever. You guys seen Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta? Remember the car scene where the girl gets the car and John Travolta like looks back and goes, "Now you are this word," and you're just like, "Oh, only the way that makes me feel."
I don't like that.
All right, let's get to what we were watching. I'm gonna go first because I actually saw Send Help, and Jordan was absolutely right. Send Help was a very fun movie. Plane Crash, not as bad as Society of Snow. I will say that it was good. It was good, but with the Sam Raimi of it, it made it a lot more fun than it should have been. With like
it makes
all
things
of this,
comical.
there was so much. Yeah, it was. There was so much stimuli going on around you, like so much to pay attention to. It worked for today's world, like being somebody that like has that ADD. You're looking all over, like, whoa, what's going on over there? What's in that corner of the
Yeah.
screen? What happened to that guy? Like there's so much to pay attention to that it makes you, it takes you out that this plane is crashing. I mean, and Jordan, what you didn't mention or what you failed to mention is this is such a strong take on abusive relationship or battered women's syndrome. Like, and that's really what this film is. Like, that's really what this film is. This is a strong take on battered women syndrome. And like, all right, I guess you have to murder to get out of it. Like, more ways than one. I don't think I'm spoiling anything when I say that. Like, there's multiple things that occur where you're like, oh, so the only way out of this situation is death. Understood. Like that's it, I guess. Um, the manipulation aspects of this are interesting. The woe is me aspects of this are interesting. Uh, I think it's hilarious how she gained these survivor skills. I thought that was fantastic. Rachel McAdams is too adorable to play this role. Like, just think you need to get somebody a little bit more scary, like Mia Goth or something, right? But also,
That's too much.
what
Too much.
really
Too much.
Yeah.
too scary. But what really puts you into it is her being so cute and so like, man, why can't this girl get a break? Why she's so talented too. She's just give her a break. So she needs a best friend. Someone get that girl a best friend.
Aquafina. Where's Aquafina?
You needed something like that. The end is very satisfying, as Jordan said. Like, I wasn't sad or upset at the end. I thought it was fantastic. Definitely get some tetanus shots going on. Jump scare was, I think, I feel like you exaggerated it a little bit. It was good. I got it. I understood it. They're dealing with like some PTSD and they're trying to, and Sam Raimi's doing his best to like put that on film, what this person is going through. So I like that. I also love when he pisses her off and she's just like, all right, dude, and just bounces. Like, that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. Like, all right, cool. Well, good luck. And she just bounces out for like days and doesn't come back. Yeah, that was a great punishment for somebody that has never done anything because they're super rich and has never had to do anything. It's just like, all right, I'll just leave you here then. Cool. You don't want help?
Yep.
Good luck.
Yep.
And so popcorn too for Sam Raimi's Send Help. It was very refreshing. It was a refreshing movie. Jordan, what else were you watching?
Something new I watched on Netflix. Agatha Christie's Seven Dials, right? Famous
good
murder mystery crime writer, right? Starring Helena Bonham Carter and someone named Mia McKenna. Yeah, Mia McKenna Bruce is I don't know, I would say a newcomer. I looked up her filmography, TVography, whatever, and haven't heard of anything she's been in. She plays the adorable, aristocratic amateur detective named or nicknamed Bundle. Okay, Bundle, and we are.
Yeah, Bundle.
I imagine this was 3 episodes. Okay, 3 like 1-hour episodes. You're in, you're out. Which, you know, has its problems. It's appreciated. Like I liked being able to get something in short, but you know, that had a little bit of meat to it. You know, essentially a 3-hour movie. That was broken up, so it was cool. But yeah, it leaves some things that are kind of rushed through, left out. You know, some things that could have been fleshed out more, but I'm not sure what exactly. You get Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman is in this. You might know him from a lot of different things. He's like in every British thing ever. It's a period piece, 1920s. Okay, and with that, you get the lamest 1920s car chase you've ever seen. They're going like 40 miles per hour, right? And he's like, "Oh, I know how I get rid of a left turn." Just a regular.
He puts his hand out. He signals.
Yeah. real wide, slow left turn, right? And he's like looking back in his mirror like, that'll lose her. And nope. Yeah, she's right on his ass. And again, Frye, it is obvious. As soon as a character is introduced in this show, you're like, that guy had something to do. Oh, well, kind of spoiled that, but you're like, that person had something to do with it. That person definitely had something to do with it, right?
Wow.
And I hate to say that I was right twice. I was right twice about.
Did you write it down before you started the show?
No.
Well,
not before I
then I don't
started the
believe you.
show, but early into the show. You don't know before you start it. I didn't even know the characters. But like once
I want you to look at the cast list and pick who did it.
that's impossible.
like that? You can't do
that is
that.
impossible.
No, it's based on the first scene. Once you see a character, they get one scene, then you get to choose.
yeah.
Or see all the characters. Once
if it's
once
a
all
show,
the characters present themselves, you're like, okay, that one.
yeah,
That's the game. Next time we watch a mystery, you have to write it down after you've seen all the characters. Put it in your hat or your ass.
Take a picture of you writing it down on your phone so I could see the time you wrote it down.
Give me a newspaper.
I was right not once but twice on the big reveals, but I was not right the third time. I think there's 3 big reveals in this show, at least, maybe
Not
more.
Right thrice.
And so the third one I didn't get, but it's not like it was that consequential, but it was just like, because you got 2 reveals, and I was like, whoa, that's 2 big reveals. You don't get that much, right? And then I was like, wait a minute, but what about this whole plot element that they developed? Are they just like forgetting that? And then they brought it in. Okay. And oh God, you get the old bullet stopped by a plot device in your pocket.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was definitely
It was a pocket watch.
It was, yes.
A coin. Oh.
It was a pocket watch. Made of a metal that is impenetrable, unmarrable, right? A convenient plot device. Anyways, this was a fun watch. I absolutely love Mia McKenna Bruce. I looked up and found out everything I could about her on the internet. And I'd like to see her in more things. So Agatha Christie 7 Dials, I give a popcorn and 1.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Josh, take it away.
Well, I'm gonna hit us guys with one of our. Well, I don't know if it's not a classic killer because it's been reviewed before by somebody. I think maybe even me. I don't know. Demolition Man.
I don't even know if I get. Honestly, let me. Sorry, I'm gonna give it a popcorn. It's a popcorn. It's a popcorn. Agatha Christie 7 Dials. I had immediate regret. Popcorn. All right, proceed. Demolition Man. Yeah, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man is a popcorn 1, not a popcorn. But yeah, it's been reviewed before, and hopefully everyone's seen it. If you haven't, go back and see it. This is like a pinnacle mid-90s overproduction stuff. They just throw all this money at a movie, and then we'll get the VHS sales, and this is like. It reminds me so much of Planet Hollywood. You guys go to Planet Hollywood when it was around?
Yeah, one time at the fajitas.
For anyone that doesn't know, we might have one person in our young audience.
The fajitas.
It was a theme restaurant, and all the items were named after movies and actors, and then on the walls was all this memorabilia from different movies.
Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester Stallone owned it.
Yeah. The one that I first went to had the Demolition Man Sly Stallone body double on the ceiling, like where he was frozen in the gel.
I was like that poor guy just hanging there.
I know, he's just hanging there.
No, it was like a wax. Oh, not wax, but it was a little Sly Stallone in a pool of gel on the ceiling. Oh, there he is. Naked Sly Stallone staring at me while I have my chicken strips. Anyway, this movie's fun. Sandra
Bullock. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock is obnoxious in this, though. I'm sorry to say, she has this like
I think this is her coming out party,
which fits. It fits her character, and it fits the future setting that they're in. Like she would be like that, but like, ew, it was awful. Like, ew. The voice she put on was obnoxious. Wesley Snipes is the man. Period.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. Wesley Snipes is the man, and that makes the whole movie great. And what I noticed the most was the costuming in this was very good. Wesley Snipes had like a road warrior type costume, like made of tires. It was really cool. So yeah. Anyway, Popcorn 1, Demolition Man.
I mean, like, yeah, I obviously have the cast list pulled up, but Jack Black is in this.
What?
How
Now I
I
really
miss
want to
him.
watch
I don't
this.
know.
I don't know how I missed him. That's weird.
It's Wasteland Scrapper, and then Dennis Leary,
Yeah. He's
yeah,
like the
and then
leader of the bad
Benjamin
guys
Bratt.
or good guys. Benjamin Bratt, he's a fellow cop, yeah, and he's real young and tight.
Still beautiful. Still beautiful. Josh, I'm really sad you didn't finish Fallout because I wanted to ask you about the post-credit scene. Anytime it comes to some of these video game shows, these comic book shows that I know, Josh, you're a total nerd.
Well, spoil it for
God
me.
forgive you for
I
it.
don't care.
Don't spoil it for me.
Well, I don't want to
Don't
spoil it
spoil
for
it
the
for
whole
Jordan.
audience. Yeah. Also we have the whole audience on here, but essentially
Right.
there's a new suit coming, and I wanted to know like if that's an actual thing in the game.
There's different models.
Visually it's beautiful. Josh watched the first 4 or 5 episodes already and said it's like spot on to what the video game is. Like they're following the
Yeah,
plot lines pretty well.
it's a new story, but they're taking a lot of elements and like they're not taking artistic freedom with anything. This is all things that are in the game. It's really, really
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay. It's
Nice.
her character's cool. There's an episode where she's on drugs and she has to go through withdrawal, but they put her on basically heroin to bring her back to life,
Yeah.
which was great, right? And you again get to see how gross the surface world is, but then you kind of look at it and it's an allegory or even a metaphor for times, right? Like, are the ghettos of this earth, the flotillas, gross because the rich have made them that way?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's going on here is like they've created this world where they've got all their beautiful things with their ancestors and their kin, and then you got the top world with all the broke people that aren't good enough to make it into the vaults. And it's very interesting the way if you look at it like that. And the best people actually have the best brains, but you can't join the elite, right? They don't want you as part of the elite. All they want from you is your brain. And they do that like very heavy-handedly in the last 2 episodes. Like, boom,
Mhm.
just so you know, this is what we want from you. We don't want you to be a part of our club.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
I
beautiful,
want to watch it.
and they
This sounds
continue to
good.
win
Yeah.
Goggins,
with
bro.
their yeah, Goggins is fantastic. They continue to win with their big budget shows. Lord of the Rings is fun too. I hope they continue to bring that back. But we're gonna go ahead and give this a popcorn and 2. I think the only one they missed on was Wheels of Time or Wheel of Time or whatever. Like
A
that's the
Wheel of
only
Time.
miss that they've had so
Well,
far.
I talked to my brother. My brother is a fan of the Wheel of Time series, though, and he said it's incredible. So maybe you're
The
just a
last
dum
season was
dum.
rough, man. The last 2 seasons, like nothing happens, man. Like nothing happens. It's so boring.
Hmm.
All right.
Anyway.
So anyway, I'm gonna jump right into one more review. Marty Supreme. This was one that we were all waiting for. The dialogue. Wow. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
Timothy might win an Oscar for this. This is easily my favorite film by with him as the leading man. It's a blend of humor and stress. Stress that only is matched by Uncut Gems. Have you guys seen the movie Uncut Gems?
Uncut Joms?
Yeah. It's the
Not you yet,
same
Josh. So
director,
you
right?
remember how
Safdie?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and
same
yeah.
guy.
it's the same Benny Safdie. Yeah, the same level of stress. Like the stress, pardon me. The whole movie, you're like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out like the whole time. This guy's such a jerk, like irredeemable a-hole, but like you're rooting for him for no reason because he's got a
Mm.
dream, I guess. So we got to root for the guy with the dream. He's not even an underdog, literally the best in the world, but you got to make him an underdog. So make him poor, make him play table tennis because there's no money in table tennis except for in England. Make the American the total a-hole. There's a lot of films that are doing that, and I go back and forth. Like I'm not super happy with that because the truth is, like, we're being depicted in a way that we're not actually we don't actually interact with each other in these ways in our country, but because of everything that's going on with the top down issue, we're being depicted in motion pictures as total dicks. And that is how Timothy Chalamet is as the American in this film. And I mean, his
I
story
think
with
you've been
Gwyneth
out of America for
Paltrow.
a while, buddy. I think you've not been living in America for a while.
I did go back to El Paso like 2 years ago. I was there. People were very nice. Like, I don't know, maybe your attitude begets the attitude that you're giving off, right? Like,
This
if you're not,
motherfucker
I
said
just very
begets.
rarely. I his movie's great. It's great, and it deserves everything that it's getting. It deserves all the nominations. Timothy's probably going to win. I do have to talk about the cast really quick. I want to say Gwyneth Paltrow is fantastic in the movie. I don't think she was miscast, but it was definitely weird. In let's just quick conversation. Tyler, the Creator, by the way, dude's got some chops on him. Dude was fantastic. Like Tyler,
Yeah.
yeah, Tyler, the Creator, was good. Kevin O'Leary, fall off of a bridge, you cuck.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
fall off of it. Yeah, and yeah, he does play a cuck in this movie. An absolute rich cuckold. And I hate him, and he deserves every piece of vile thing that will happen to him moving forward, to include if he's blacklisted. He is the character he plays in the movie in real life. Odessa Zion has gotten a lot of hate, and I don't really understand completely why. Jordan, you want to fill me in there?
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I like her. I watched a movie recently that had her in it, and I was like, yeah, watch out for her. She's something.
She's talented.
Yeah.
Talented, crushes her role. Again, an irredeemable character, like the one good character in this film. They just make fun of him relentlessly, and it makes me feel so bad. But the movie is a lot of fun. It's stressful, though. I'm going to give it a popcorn and 3. Marty Supreme, it is everything that it has been getting. It was such a joy to watch. Like, I didn't want to stop watching it, and it's a very long movie. You will be scared about the dog penalty in this. Rest assured, there are no dog penalties in this. That is why it is a popcorn and 3. No dog penalties. You'll just be scared.
Good.
You'll be scared.
Okay.
But no dog penalties.
Good.
That's all I'll say.
No
popcorn
dog
and
you know,
3.
that's the best service that we provide as a show is that the dog penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our thing.
Yeah,
I gotta get going, guys.
Dracula,
All
if
right.
it was any worse than it already was, or any better than it was, it would not have received a better grade, because there's a horse penalty in that, multiple horse penalties. Jordan.
Bye, guys.
So, yep. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Okay. A 1980s mockumentary. I don't think so. This was really, really not good. It had funny moments, but not enough to carry my interest throughout the whole movie. This took me a really long time to watch. Like, honestly, weeks. I would watch this in like 20-minute increments, 15, 20, 30-minute increments.
Yeah.
It was recommended to me by my uncle a long time ago. He'd always say, like, oh, you got to watch this movie about a tribe of like African Bushmen, and they come across a Coca-Cola bottle that fell from the sky from like a plane, right? This is the plot of the movie. And they start to like worship it. They use it as a tool, and they start to worship it a little bit, and then they start fighting over it. So then they're like, this thing is evil. And so they send their best man on a quest to go get rid of it. And along the way, he encounters people, civilization, right? Cars and other people. And you also have this side plot of this really stupid scientist guy and this lady who he's kind of in love with. And it's just, the plot, it just unravels all over the place. There's just like nothing really fleshes out. There's no rhyme or reason for really anything that's going on in this movie.
It's a comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very Looney Tunes. I'll say that, like slipping on a banana peel type stuff. Like the guy's got a rocket launcher and he's trying to shoot it at an airplane, and he's under a banana tree, and then the banana falls into the rocket launcher port, and then it just like doesn't come out. So then he turns it the other way and it fires and shoots his buddy's car behind. Like it's very, very, very Looney Tunes humor.
Okay.
it's a funny concept. Like I love, but I don't know if there just wasn't enough there for them to make a movie strictly based off of this Bushman. Everything else that they introduced in this movie felt like it was against its own will. Like they just were like,
Like
man, we
it
have
didn't
this.
want to happen.
Yeah, yeah. So I give it a popcorn. Yeah,
Popcorn. Okay. All right. I
I was
watched The Wrecking
angry.
Crew. You
Yeah,
were angry.
I was
You were.
angry at when like throughout this movie. I was just like, oh god. But anyways, Wrecking Crew.
Why did I invest this time?
Yeah,
I watched The Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Uh, is this a good movie? No. Let's just get that right out of the way. This is
didn't
definitely
look
a
like it.
script written by like Chat GPT and Jason Momoa together.
Any different? No difference.
No, no, no. Tag team. They teamed up. I'm
I
proud
feel
of Dave
like
Bautista.
Jason. I feel like Jason
Go ahead.
Momoa has been 3D printed off of a Chat GPT prompt of an action comedy star.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
He's funny in interviews too. Like I've been watching a lot of the interviews. Like they did so much promotion for this movie. They poured so much money into the promotion. And it sucks because it just wasn't really good. Like it's entertaining, is what I'll say. You're going into it for a big, dumb, let's sweat and fight, and you get some of that. You know, let's throw the triad in there for some martial arts. Let's
Yeah.
get that, or Yakuza. Sorry, not the triad. Yakuza. Let's throw Yakuza in there for some martial arts. Why not, right? It all takes place in Hawaii. Why? So we can, Jason Momoa can head to his
Vacation.
home, hang out there some more, right? I would film a lot of movies in Hawaii if I had an opportunity. Get the studio to pay for my hotel in Hawaii, my trailer in Hawaii. Why not? It's
Yeah.
got old boy Sam from Harry Potter, from Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man. So it's kind of cool that he's in it.
Oh,
It's it
okay.
it is he gets some room to grow, some room to stretch, which I enjoyed. I thought he earned it. He's good in it. He has some chops to be in comedies, I think, moving forward. But
Jacob
the movie's
Batalon.
just yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just not a good movie, and that's what sucks. Is you want these big stupid action movies, but you got to give me something, not completely outlandish, and it's totally crazy, totally makes no sense at points.
Hey, wait.
But we're gonna go ahead and give this a popcorn, and thank you for making an action movie. Go ahead, Jordan.
It's the type of movie that, despite your popcorn, our viewers, like, people are still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it. There are things that we give popcorns and it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to watch that for sure. Or I wanted to and now I don't. This, I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah. We need more movies like this. I'm not gonna sit here and say we don't. Like, it's just like comedies. Like, there's not enough comedies anymore. Like, make more comedies. Who cares? Like, I am Free Burt. I reviewed that and I was so happy for the return to just the grungy, bottom of the barrel humor in a show. Or like I need it. Like I need that grungy
Yeah.
style of humor. Sophomoric.
I think it's just
I can't
risky with the sensitivity of
yeah.
people. It's risky nowadays. So,
I just don't care. I just don't care.
yeah.
It's just a movie, man. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. So for the Wrecking Crew, we're gonna go ahead and give this a popcorn. Jordan, what's next for you?
I finished watching Wonder Man, and yes, I loved that it was very short, 30 minutes in, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not
What do you think
much
of the
wrong.
Dormant?
It was cool. It was really, really interesting. But again, I wish that it was explained what was going on with him, like why his everything went wrong for him. He just like what was running out of
It was
powers or
gimmicky. Well, the powers come from Roxxon. Roxxon is a company that's well known in the Marvel universe. If you watch Cloak and Dagger, that'll give you a little bit of explanation. Not a good TV show, by the way, but I
yeah.
watched it
I'll
because it's
say I don't want to watch
Marvel.
it. No.
Yeah. I watch his Marvel, but they kind of give you the inside information as far as Roxxon is concerned. But people know who Roxxon is that read comic books, but they're like an experimental mutagen company that like tries to develop mutants. They play with human, like they try to play God. They're one of those scientific companies. So that's how he gets his powers is from their waste, right? From Roxxon's waste from their experiments, and it all goes wrong. It is a metaphor for be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And he gets it all right, and he wants to be able to go outside of this ding dong character that he's created, but he's only typecast as that person, and eventually gimmicks wear thin. And I think that's what we see there. It's sad, but it's interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot. They give you characters that you really care about and all these things, but I just feel like it needed to be a little bit longer. Maybe I needed a couple more episodes. I needed some more things fleshed out. That's really my only critique of this, is that maybe this was too short, right? Um, it's risky for them right now, right? Because they're facing brand fatigue, right? Marvel. And so there's a little bit of like, oh, just give them enough, right? To just give.
Yeah.
And that's what this felt like. It felt like it was giving me just enough to make me really like this, but it wasn't giving me anything that just that like over the top. It just didn't go there. Like, it didn't give me enough backstory of something. Like, I was of the crowd that I was like, what? People are sick of this? I don't care if there's kind of some of, most of the things that they're giving us are a little bit crappy. I don't care. I am a Marvel quantity over qualityist. Okay.
Well, you won't watch
I'm
Cloak and Dagger, so you're
no, no,
not.
no, no, no. No, 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 no. The TV shows were too much. TV shows are too much. All those Netflix series, like I can't do all that. That's too much.
Daredevil is one of the best television shows
Right.
ever.
And I tried to get through it, but I'm lost. I even got to, because what I wanted to watch was Punisher, and I even got through
Which
all
was
the other
also
shows
great.
all the way up to Punisher. I was watching those in timeline order. I got up to Punisher and I got sick of it. I was like, I don't have the time. I don't remember what happened in the last show and connecting all the dots and stuff.
Daredevil season 2, John Barenthal deserved an Emmy for
Yeah,
his monologue
that was
while
good.
he's sitting up against the tombstone and he's talking about his children. That is one of the best acted scenes I have ever seen. And it didn't get any traction or credit because it was a comic book show, which is
Yeah.
infuriating.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Those are fair. But so Wonder Man, you did a very thorough review. I'll just mention that, yeah, you get a lot of topical, pop culture references in this, like jokes and little Easter eggs and things like that. Like that's cool. I always like that. Right. We're talking like very recent things that just happened, like as recent as possible for the filming of this show. Right. That they're mentioning things going on. And so that's good. That's funny. I thought one of the biggest stars of the whole show was Mummy, right? Mummy was great. His
I
mom in the
love Ben
show.
Kingsley, though, Trevor.
Yeah, Ben, of course, right? His character. You
Fantastic.
nailed it. Saying his arc, everything it's fantastic. He's a fantastic Marvel character, right? And I have a feeling
Yeah.
that he's so loved that. Well, we know from this isn't the end of Trevor Slattery. We'll say that, right?
Yeah.
So Wonder Man, I give a popcorn and um 2. I wanted more. I don't know. It's a 3. It's a 2. It's a 3. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with what it is, but I just wanted more, and maybe that's just a me problem, right? Maybe that's a me
One of the best
problem.
Marvel
So
shows so far, man. It was good.
sure,
The writing was fantastic. Like it was again. I'm going to talk about something similar to this here in just a second. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I'm trying to think of like other Marvel shows that have come out and Marvel
WandaVision.
TV. WandaVision was good. Okay,
Yeah.
WandaVision was
She-Hulk.
good. Not that good.
That were as
Ironheart
good as
was
this?
yeah, like Loki. Come
No,
on,
this is
Loki was great. Loki was great.
Loki was
Miss
probably it.
Marvel was okay. Echo was okay.
Echo was
Invasion
fine.
Agatha All Along was pretty
Hawkeye
good.
was okay.
Yeah. So, but okay, so comparing all of those together,
Daredevil Born Again.
this was good. It was very good in a different way. I don't know. It wasn't enough superpower. Like it was all a subplot, which maybe is the point. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
conflicted, but it was good. I really enjoyed it, and it was very good. So I'm gonna say popcorn too.
So as the audience and you guys know, I'm trying to get through the entire Marvel timeline before Avengers Doomsday comes out because I want to be like fully immersed and caught up and understand what's going on and how we got to where we're about to get with Mr. Downey Jr. So I watch Avengers Endgame again. You could sleep now, Tony. You could sleep now. One of the saddest scenes ever in Marvel cinematic history was that scene
Yes.
with Tom Holland. Everything going on there. Also, I know you're one for the war films, Jordan. One of the best wars ever shot in film, up there with Infinity War, except
Yeah.
for like when everybody comes through the portals with the armies facing off. It is you know I don't even know who you are. You will tears him up, right?
Mm.
It's just a fantastic movie. It's a popcorn and three. They actually landed the plane on this Marvel phase, that Marvel storyline, right? Uh, Now we've got Shang-Chi, okay, and I've got Loki too. Don't worry, Loki season one. I've got it. All right, we're gonna review that here in a second. But one of the best Marvel origin stories, as far as how it translated to film, of course, we get Trevor Slattery again, played by Ben Kingsley, who is fantastic. A little jolt of sugar for your taste buds within these Marvel movies and within these phases. Overall, the story, special effects, which were nominated for an Oscar, are near perfect and leave the audience wondering why the hell did it take so long to get a sequel? This is easily one of the better Marvel films, especially post Endgame. So we can even put it up there with some of the best ones prior to Endgame. But Shang-Chi was a great movie and underrated soundtrack for Shang-Chi. One of the better soundtracks in any film. And Jordan, it takes place in your neck of the woods. It's a Bay Area movie. So he's there with Ant-Man. We're gonna give Shang-Chi a popcorn and two. If you haven't seen this movie in a while, please rewatch it.
Yeah, get this. I'm looking through all of the Marvel TV shows, and did you know that in 2006 there was Blade, the series, starring alleged
Yeah.
rapper, Sticky Fingers?
Yes. Yeah. It was on TBS, I want to say, or TNT, something like that.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
They
a
had a
pile
Mortal
that must have
Kombat
been.
series too.
You know, it was a fantastic Marvel show that I wish we could have more of was MODOK. I loved MODOK.
MODOK was great. Yeah, MODOK
I
was great.
loved MODOK.
With
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt.
Yes. That was different. That was groundbreaking. That was great. Anyways,
Yeah. I got to see I still haven't seen Hitmonkey. I need to watch Hitmonkey. I still haven't made it through that yet.
is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay. Last thing I watched was Predators, and we're not talking the alien Predators, right? The fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger Predators. This was a documentary.
Yeah.
It was an MTV produced documentary about the show, the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator Dateline NBC series. And this takes on its face, you're like, wow, this was the most riveting television of its time. Like this was a
Mhm.
must-see TV. Like, oh, Dateline To Catch a Predator's on tonight,
I
right?
remember. Yeah.
It's just incredible.
I think it has
So
millions of
much so
views on
that
YouTube
like
too.
when they're showing clips of the old show, and you're like, yeah, it does, and you're just like, I remember this guy, right? There are moments like you're like, I remember this Predator guy. It's a weird angle. And the thing is this is thought provoking, right? And that's the whole point, I guess. It's how, the producer's kind of like, how are we rehabilitating these men, right? You're putting it blurs the lines between law enforcement and rehabilitation of somebody's crimes for a crime that most people view or do view, like I including myself, like it's not rehabilitatable. It's not something that you come back from, right?
There's a lot of evidence in the psychological community that point to this being a mental illness.
Right. So it's hard. It's something like as society, right? Like these are the people, like we want to see them humiliated. We want to see them punished. We
Yeah.
don't want to see them in our socials. Like they're just completely should be ostracized for the remaining of their life, right? The
Yeah, rightfully so.
producer appears to have a bit of sympathy. He's trying to build this sympathy towards the guys that were involved in this, right? He brings in the decoys from the show who you will recognize, like, oh yeah, look at that person. They still kind of strangely look very young, right? And a lot of the decoys, they're not thrilled with their kind of legacy, right? Their involvement in this. They're kind of like, yeah, if I think about it too hard, it makes me very, very sad. One guy in particular, right? One guy who had involvement, right? It was kind of his he was the decoy for this event where a Texas DA, a district attorney, was involved, and he ended up killing himself. Right? He never showed up to meet with the young
I've read about
young
that.
boy, and they went and confronted him at his house with the police, and he killed himself. Right? And then you get all these Texas cops and Texas law enforcement people. Basically, they're throwing the show under the bus and distancing themselves from it. And I'm like, come on, it's because it's one of your own. You don't want to look stupid, right? You don't want to look like you had a pedophile, running basically everything.
Huh? That's pretty
So
current, huh?
yeah, it's all it's interesting. It's all just so thought provoking, right? All these guys, they're crying and they're like, oh, I don't want to ruin my life, but it's like,
You already did.
what about the child's life that you would be ruining had this been a real thing, right? You're not thinking about that. And also, right, and there's a lot of like, oh, they made this mistake and it's the worst thing they've ever done in their life, but that doesn't mean blah blah blah. And it's like, how many series of
It does mean
decisions
they're a
were
terrible
made to get
person.
them to that point? Right. You know how many decisions were made? This wasn't like, oh, I ran into this person spur of the moment. None of that. Like this, there are so many decisions that made, especially the guys that show up with alcohol and with condoms and things like that.
Premeditated.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, no, come on. But there is a level of some entrapment that goes in that involves some of these men, some of them, very, very few of them, right? Or it's a spectrum of like, I think how badly some of these punishments should have been, but the fact is when you have them on TV with Chris Hansen, that goes out the window. There's no like, oh, you didn't quite go as far as this guy, right? They're all kind of lumped together. Like, for example, okay, because they still do this, right? They go through phases. They talk about To Catch a Predator, then they do the current day YouTube impersonators, copycats, right? Like this guy, he calls himself Skeet Hansen, right? Yeah, he calls himself Skeet Hansen, and this guy's a schmuck. Like this guy is like the worst type of person that exists on the internet right now, right? He catches these guys and then he goes, "You've been skeeted," right? It's just awful. It's awful all around.
Yeah.
And then they go into today. Chris Hansen, he has his own production company called True Blue, where basically they run To Catch a Predator, and they run a series of different cop shows and law enforcement shows and all these true crime things, right?
Yeah.
But one of them that they highlight, one of the shows, is where they catch an 18-year-old, okay, who is in high school, who is going into his senior year. He's old for being a high school senior. And they catch him having a meetup with a 15-year-old who's like, they say is like supposed to be like a freshman or a sophomore in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And they get him on there trying to meet up with him. And I'm like, that it happens. Seniors in high school and freshmen in high school, while it's weird, does that cross the line to be illegal? Especially if they're still both in high school. They could be at the same high school.
Statutory rape is what it's called.
Right, but there are certain parameters that defines that. And when this is all a setup, how do you cross that line to go like, now this has become illegal? When it's clearly like, it seems like entrapment for this young man. And it just ruins his life. Because Chris Hansen and the producer they have a moment where they're like, should we air this? Should we not? And they're like, let's air it. We'll see what happens, basically, right? And it ruins this kid's life, essentially. But the judge basically says, like, there's so many things. Like, he can't be left alone in the presence of anybody 15 or under. His younger brother is that age.
Register as a sex offender for, like, the rest of your life.
Yeah, the kid, well, they said that if he stays clean for, like, a certain amount of years, has no incidents, nothing like that, that they'll take him off of, they'll clear his record, right? But then the producer, they sit down with Chris Hansen and they're like, well, that's the case, but now this is going to be with him forever. And Chris Hansen's like, you could see he gets really uncomfortable. It's a really gotcha moment for him where he's like, oh, but it'll go away eventually. And they're like, there's just a pause. Like, come on, dude, you know how the internet works. This is never going to go away. You Google his name, it's the first 5 things that come up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then he spins it, right? He goes, oh, well, you know what? For every one of those things that have happened, unfortunately, you should see the hundreds, 1,000 people that come up to me every day and they're like, thank you for what you do. I was a victim, blah, blah, blah. So it kind of makes Chris Hansen look like a scumbag. I mean,
He's
so
notoriously not a great person.
yeah. So, Predators, it's very thought-provoking, but it's very uncomfortable in the way that it tries to make you feel bad for some of these people, which is a place that in good conscience you just don't want to go. You don't want to feel bad for these people. So, I give it a popcorn and 1.
Popcorn and 1 for Predators. All right, really quick, Loki season 1. Jordan already went into it. I don't have to go too much further into it. It was groundbreaking. I believe it was the first ever Marvel show. And to quote New Found Glory, it was all downhill from there until we got to Wonder Man. Actually, WandaVision was very good.
WandaVision was
so
good.
It's not fair, but it's just a fantastic show. The story's fantastic. Tom Hiddleston is fantastic in the role of Loki. Finding a female Loki. Owen Wilson is an underrated actor, and we see a lot of that here.
Wow.
It's just a very good show, and it's fun, it's entertaining, and it's a 6-episode ride, which is really all you needed for season 1 of Loki. It made me mad at the end because I realized what Jonathan Majors ruined in what could have been. He's a terrible person, and I'm sorry that I was really looking forward to seeing Jonathan Majors and what he could have become as an actor. I don't want to know as much as we know about these people. I wish they wouldn't reveal their whole lives or be terrible humans. He, of course, got caught by the NYPD, so it's a little different. But Loki season 1, a popcorn and 3. Jordan, what is our butter on top this week?
Our butter on top this week is from the GOAT. Okay, from the GOAT, the man who changed the game, Steph Curry's animated production called GOAT, right? Basketball, animals playing basketball.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. But we're going to go totally oppo boppo. All right, we did our modern classic with 3 billboards, which takes us all the way back to the 70s. But Jordan took that from me with his drunk classic. So this time I'm going to throw it. Hey, Jordan, if I said, do you know who HAL 9000 is? Would you know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right, we're about to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay, this is something I've wanted. Sorry, this is something I've wanted to watch for a while. It's felt like something I must watch for a while, and I just have been like, now I have the motivation. So yes, thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, it's a movie that a science teacher recommended we all watch because we kept asking him questions about black holes and how black holes worked and how space worked and why we haven't. And he's like, you guys need to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. So we all watched it. I look forward to. Sorry. I look forward to rewatching it with all of you. We will see you at the theater. You get the popcorn. We got the beer.
Bye.